Toby is
They can have huge cocks, and they'd have a sex. They fart to the mark.
One morning, Toby was delivering some milk trucks.
Even though Daisy should be doing that, by the way, where is she?
Just then, Gordon arrived at the bottom of the hill. But today the express was heavy, and Gordon had to wait for Edward to help.
Shit.
Huffed Gordon. Toby had finally reached the top of the hill when Gordon puffed past.
Slow, coach.
Gordon huffed. "I'm trying my hardest," gasped Toby. "Ah," sniffed Gordon. "You're even a proper engine." This made Toby feel very sad. That night, the Fat Controller came to see Toby.
Edward is needed at the docks,
The Fat Controller said.
You are to work at Wellsworth Yard in his place. But, sir, shouldn't Boko be doing that? He works on Edward's branch line. Don't you remember? I fired him after season 5.
"But I'll be able to do Edward's job," Toby cried. "He's a proper steam engine." What happened to your stupid voice? "I don't know."
Nonsense, said the Fat Controller. You are one of my engines and you must be useful.
The next morning, Toby puffed out of his shed. "I hope no one needs pushing up Gordon's hill," puffed Toby.
Though, why have I switched to this warrior personnel I will have for 8 more seasons?
At last, Toby arrived at Wellsworth Yard. There were lots of trucks, and they looked very heavy. "I'll be able to shunt all those," Toby puffed. "You can't do it, Toby," called Thomas. He shunted special coal trucks for Henry and sleigh trucks for Donald. He even shunted fruit and vegetable trucks for Douglas. "Maybe I can do it," Toby chuffed. But then Gordon puffed past. He was pulling the express with lots of coaches.
Oh yes, I'm sure 3 coaches is a lot of coaches.
Toby watched as Gordon puffed towards the hill, but once again the express was too heavy. Gordon was stuck.
Fuck you.
He huffed. "You need to push Gordon to the top of the hill," the yard manager said. "Yes, sir," groaned Toby. "Don't worry," Thomas called. "You can do it, Toby."
If you think I can push an enter train up a hill, why don't you do it? You're not doing anything. Besides, you're stronger than me.
He puffed.
Thomas pushed and pushed as hard as ever he could. But still,
Gordon didn't move.
Is that the best you can do?
Gordon snorted.
They should have sent a proper engine.
"Ha ha!"
Well, if I can do it, I don't see how you're going to make much of a difference.
Toby pushed harder and harder. Suddenly, Gordon's wheels started to move. Toby kept pushing. His engines roared, and his axles ached. Gordon moved slowly up the hill. Toby huffed and puffed and chuffed, but at last he pushed Gordon right to the top of the hill. Ha ha! That night, the Fat Controller came to see Toby.
Today you wear a very useful engine indeed,
He said.